A 6-year-old girl named Mia and her 2-year-old brother, Jacob, along with their 37-year-old mother, her name Nancy Johnson, all three have been found dead inside of their family home Thursday afternoon. Their home is in Semmes in Alabama. Perhaps I'm mispronouncing that. Semmes in Alabama. The bodies were discovered by the children's father, the mother's estranged husband, and at this stage detectives are unsure if the deaths were a triple murder or a double murder-suicide. Were all three victims, or did the mother, Nancy Johnson, take the lives of her 2 children, Mia and Jacob, and then take her own life? That's what Alabama detectives are trying to determine. The county sheriff has said that Mia, the 6-year-old girl, appeared to have tried to defend herself. She put up a fight. We're not told how the 2 children were killed, but we are told that the children and the mother were killed in different ways. I'm going to speculate, this is sheer guesswork, but I'm going to speculate that the children were murdered by the mother. That's my guess, could be absolutely wrong, but that's where my brain's going, that the children were perhaps strangled, stabbed to death. I don't know, I'm just guessing. And then the mother unlived herself, probably the easy way out with a gun. That's my guess, could be massively wrong. We're not told. We're just told that the children and the mother died in different ways. We're told that the 6-year-old girl, Mia, tried to defend herself. She put up a fight. 2-year-old Jacob wouldn't have been in a position to do so. But again, at this stage, Alabama's detectives aren't sure if it was a triple murder or a double murder-suicide. We're told that the father, Derek Johnson, had filed for divorce after a protection from abuse order was made against him. There was some level of reconciliation in June of this year, and just on Tuesday, a judge awarded custody of the children to both parents. The parents were to look after the children on alternate weeks as of October the 1st of this year. The husband, Derek James, had installed a trailer into the backyard of the home. He had just started living in the trailer, whilst the mother and the children continued to live within the home. Police had been called to the residence on a number of occasions due to domestic disturbances. The mother, Nancy Johnson, had called numerous times concerned for her children's welfare. Indeed, the estranged husband was arrested earlier this year for violating the protection from abuse order. So this was an ugly divorce. There was some level of reconciliation. The courts deemed fit to assign the children to both parents on alternate weeks. The estranged husband was living in a trailer on the family property. A history of violence, if I understand correctly, with the estranged husband being to blame, the mother having called police with concerns for her children's welfare on numerous occasions. This is painting the husband in a very bad light. Having said that, police at this point in time do not know whether it is a triple murder. If so, I would imagine that the estranged husband is a prime suspect, although the article does tell us that he's cooperating in full with police. Is he being honest? We don't know. Or again, if it was a double murder-suicide, perhaps the mother murdered her 2 children and then took her own life. I'm going to say that this seems slightly reminiscent of the Chris Watts case, maybe, for whatever that's worth. I'm fairly familiar with the Chris Watts case, and I know that there's a lot of speculation about the Chris Watts case, even though Chris Watts was found guilty and is sentenced, I can't remember if he's sentenced to life, I think he is. But there is some speculation that in the Chris Watts case, the mother, can't remember her name, but the mother killed the 2 children, and that Chris Watts killed the mother in retaliation and then disposed of the children's bodies, attempted to. So this reminds me of that to a degree. It is possible that the estranged husband, Derek Johnson, is a nasty piece of work, did abuse the mother, did abuse the children on a number of occasions. That's possible. And even if that is the case, even if the estranged husband is a piece of shit, it's still possible that the mother is the one guilty of killing the children. We don't know. I'm just speculating. I could have this massively wrong, and I'm going to say full condolences to all concerned. That includes the father. I'm presuming he's innocent at this point, but full condolences to all family and friends of all of the victims concerned. The mother, Nancy Johnson, her 2 children, Mia and Jacob. Mia's school friends are going to be devastated, shocked, traumatized by this tragedy. People in the local community will be too, and the investigators having to work on this case for the next several months, perhaps years. It's going to be a toll on their mentality as well. So full condolences to all those touched by this tragedy. I'm wondering if the media will learn more about this case. This article really doesn't give us a great deal of information at all, and I get the feeling, I could be wrong, but this is another tragedy which has been overlooked by the media. Perhaps that's understandable. There are a lot lot of tragedies that happen. We can't get overly obsessed with all of them, but this does seem to be particularly troubling, and there seems to be a bit of a mystery at this point. I'm surprised that the media haven't covered this more, but perhaps that's not a required thing in any case. So I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. If you're in a position to consider joining my memberships, please do. And if you're not, that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to thank you for your time and take care.